Hi, welcome back to another Talking Old World video. This time we're going to be painting some river trolls. So it's a Xenophil Prime, Chaos Black with white scar over the top. Starting off with Elysian Green, we're going to use this layer paint as a base coat on a lot of the skin areas. So I'm looking to cover most of the model with this, not the hair, his weapon, not the scaly bits on his skin that you can see. But the rest of it's getting a couple of thin coats of this stuff. You don't need to be too careful with it, just slap it on. Any mistakes on anything, bar the weapon really, will be covered up later. Once that's done, we're going to switch to Mechanica standard grey base paint. We're going to use that to cover all of the scaly bits of skin. I want to try and create like a fish scale effect on there. Need to be a little bit more careful with this one, trying not to go over any of the green that we've already put on. Next up, bit of contrast paint, Wildwood, just for the weapon. Once that's done, we're on to Xandri dust. It's going to be on the bone areas, so if you watch the stone troll video that I did last time, it's the same recipe for the nails, fingernails, teeth, and these little sort of bony fins that he's got on his back. Caliban green next for all the hair. A little campaign update. I mentioned I was playing in a local campaign on the last video, I think, and the stone trolls have been causing havoc. We're still at 600 points, although we've finished the first round now. Since our last video, I've not done as well. I've lost a game, I've drawn a game, and I've won one. So people have started to attack against me. I've had burning banners to deal with, and I managed to get my goblin war boss, who's leading the army, killed in one game. They don't go so well when you're running at leadership 4 and 5. It is really tricky to actually pass a stupidity test and do something with them. And then when they're just not getting to regen or re-roll the regen, I struggled again then. High Elves had a load of magical attacks, and yeah, need to do a bit of thinking. Maybe these river trolls with their extra wound will help, but we'll see. As you can see, some Bugman's Glow, that's going on the tongue and on the, I'm not sure what you call it, but the bit of his ears, you'll see. A bit of lead belcher for the metal parts. And once that's done, we're on to some shade. Starting off with this one, Celia Green shade. It's going to go all over the green areas of his skin and his hair. Agrax next, on the bone areas and the metal. Caribou Crimson for his ears and mouth. So for the next bit, I used some Athematic Blue and Plague Bearer's Flesh. I did a 50-50 mix, not perfect, doesn't have to be exact, just a small puddle of the blue and a small puddle of the greeny Plague Bearer's Flesh, around the same amount, and just mix them together to create a nice green looking wash, and then that's going to go all over these grey scaly bits of skin. I'm going to get this one wrong again. Pallid witch flesh? Pallid vice flesh? I don't know. That stuff just on all his boils and dimples, and I also used it for his eyes as well. I'm not convinced I like the way I did his eyes. You have a look at the video if you want and change it up if you'd rather do something different. Anyway, Deathclaw Brown now. It's going on all the shells that are on his skin. Back to Agrats just to go over the top of the Deathclaw Brown. Back to Caribou Crimson as well, because I'm not quite happy with how dark his ears have turned out, so I want to put another layer on there. And then the first highlight step. So some Elysian green again, going on all the raised areas of his skin. I had my first game on Warhol the other day with the Troll Horde as well. I did a Ball Boys Death Star, bunch of trolls and a troll hag. I got absolutely stomped by wood elves. Stupidly moved my Ball Boys into a wood, not noticing that there was a group of wild riders in a wood just across the way from it. Just so many trees on the board with wood elves. Things hiding all over the place in them. So yeah, Wild Riders got a charge off onto the Boar Boys, and I can't remember how many attacks it was. It was the most attacks I've ever seen anyone roll. It was ridiculous. Killed every single Boar Boy in the unit in one go. So yeah, that didn't go too well. So Elysian green and this Nurgling green now. A little bit of a mix again, about 50-50. Just to use as a highlight again for the raised areas of his skin, just sticking within the highlight that I'd done in the previous step. So I did quite enjoy using Warhol despite getting absolutely battered by the Wood Elves. I would recommend it if you're theorising about any lists and you haven't bought the models for them yet. It was good to see what the Boar Boys will do because I don't have that unit at the moment, and if you watched that last video you would have heard me talking about having a few hundred points left to make up in the Troll Horde, so it gave me the chance to see what it would be like running it with a unit of Boar Boys. Well, it would have done if I hadn't just moved them into a wood and got them killed by a bunch of Wild Riders on the first turn, but there we go. I'll try again another time. So switch to Carrack Stone. That's going over all of the bone areas as a first highlight. And then a shabty bone to finish those areas off. Now for the hair, using Warpstone Glow for the first step. And to finish the hair off, using some moot green just on the very tips. Nearly there now. I used some Baneblade Brown on the wood, just a little bit like the Stone Troll video, same recipe with the wild wood, and then some of this just to make it pop a little bit more. And then back to Bugman's Glow for his ears and tongue. And some Kislev flesh to finish those areas off. Just the very edges of the ears, and then a couple of little dots on the tongue basically. Yeah, I'm not sure this is a wise move, but I went with Flash Kit's yellow to dot his eyes. It kind of works, it's very subtle. I ended up adding a little bit of shade in there as well. I don't know, I think I might end up redoing it, but you see what you think. Yeah, I just put the tiniest bit of crimson in at the bottom of his eyeball. Might not even really be able to tell on the video, but it does add something. Okay, so hear me out. Roomfang steel on the scaly bits. Fish skin's a bit silvery, right? Just a really light, dry brush over all the scaly areas. Just gives a really subtle, silvery fish scale effect for me. Yeah, I'm pretty happy that works. I wanted the trolls to look like they were, well, they're from a river at the end of the day. Fish live in rivers. Yeah, maybe I'm going a bit cuckoo, but I think the effect works, and it's pretty subtle. If you disagree, you can let me know in the comments. Really close to the end now. A little bit of typhus corrosion just on the metal of his weapon and the thing that's hanging from its hair, so just to make them look a little bit more dirty and worn. I mainly put it at the base of the metal and left the tips silver. Went back in with some lead belcher just to bring those bits that had left metal out a little bit more. Which I conveniently forgot to record, so here you can just see me pointing it out basically. And that's it, all done. Another model painted. Brilliant. Just got one more and then all the trolls in my troll horde are finished. Great. And here it is fully based. Thanks for watching the video. I'd love it if you'd give us a like or subscribe. Don't worry if you don't. I'll see you again soon.